If there's one thing that's highly amusing about the 11th series of Doctor Who, it's the press coverage surrounding the show. For example, let's take a look at this gem from the Radio Times. Quote, viewers terrified by the Doctor Who episode Arachnids in the UK, a new entry in Doctor Who's scariest episodes. Ben Allen, either you really suck at your job, you're being sarcastic, or you're just towing the media shill line. I'll let you all decide which one it is. Sorry for going off topic there in the beginning. I just find the media coverage of Chibnall's dumpster fire far more entertaining than the show itself. But we're not here today to talk about Chibnall, at least not directly. Our friend Stephen Moffat has returned. Remember back when we thought Moffat's, shall we say, underwhelming 9th and 10th series were going to be the absolute nadir of Doctor Who? We didn't think it could ever get any worse than that. How wrong we were. Moffat says he was concerned during his time as showrunner that Doctor Who wasn't getting enough money when compared to HBO, Netflix, and Amazon. Well, Moffat, the problem wasn't the budget. Your series looked fine. The problem was your confusing and often nonsensical scripts. Sprinkle that with a heavy dose of identity politics near the end of your tenure and you'll see where the problem lies. According to Radio Times, Series 11, quote, has so far been a commercial and critical success. No it hasn't. It generated expectedly high viewing figures in the beginning and it's now sliding. It received a small uptick last week, but I'd hardly call that a success. Given what a monumental event this was being positioned as, then it should have finished around the same level as Day of the Doctor. But it missed that by almost 2 million viewers. When looking at the final consolidated ratings, the show managed to lose 2.5 million viewers between episodes 1 and 3. And critical success? Oh, you mean the media shills that are praising the season. We have a lead actor that is horribly unsuited for the role and scripts that sway back and forth between the epitome of dull and smashing you in the face with racist and sexist identity politics. But what do I know? The critics are never wrong. When talking with sitcom geeks, whoever that is, Moffat said, the big challenge of Doctor Who is running the risk of looking as cheap now as it did during the original series, compared to what the rest of TV is doing, unless they put a whole lot more money into it. Sorry, Moffat, but the production values that made the Pertwee and Tom Baker eras look cheaper in the 70s than Star Trek did in the 60s didn't keep the show from becoming a worldwide success, now did it? He says, a show that generates as much money as Doctor Who should be getting more of it back, frankly. He says, television didn't look the way it looks now. When we watch now, we watch something that's quite often better than cinema. How a show looks doesn't dictate its success, Moffat. A show could look very pretty, but if it sucks, then people aren't going to watch it. Conversely, a show could have less money thrown into it, but if people like the story, then it will do well. He continues, have you seen the recent Game of Thrones? I haven't seen anything in the cinema that matches their battle scenes. Well, Moffat, Game of Thrones is a show that people actually like. A show that has been steadily growing in the ratings since it premiered. How did your run as Doctor Who's showrunner fare? Oh, well that's a bit awkward. The Radio Times says Doctor Who is currently enjoying some of its highest ever ratings, with Whittaker's debut attracting a staggering 8.2 million. Actually, Radio Times, the final consolidated figure, brought it to 10.96 million. God damn it, Radio Times, why do I have to correct you on your own propaganda? You really suck as a reporter, Kimberly Bond. She continues. Last week's groundbreaking episode, Rosa, was also highly praised for its informative and sensitive observation of racism in 1950s America. Yes, and then it underscored the problem of reverse racism in 2018 by perpetuating it. And Kimberly, as I've said, you forgot to mention how quickly the ratings dropped with the 2 episodes that followed The Woman Who Fell to Earth. Why is the media paying so much attention to the Moffat interview? It's pretty simple. Since they mainly do what the BBC orders them to, I think the BBC is laying the groundwork for excuses when the ratings for Series 11 start to go even lower. Even some hardcore Whittaker fans are admitting that Chibnall's spider episode may have been a bit inflammatory. I think some further research into those viewing figures would demonstrate that a large portion of those figures consist of people watching the show with the same fascination that compels you to look at a car wreck on the side of the road. Some are also watching, hoping that it will get better. Sorry guys, it won't. I'd bet that only a small portion of those figures consist of people that are actually enjoying this series. Another sizable portion is virtue-signaling zombies who are desperate to demonstrate how woke they are to the world. The look of the series is not the problem, which completely negates this article. Nice try, Moffat, and that's it for today. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, and check out my other channel, Bulls Trek Media, for Blu-ray and technology videos. And as always, everyone, thank you for watching, and have a great day.